Next on See It Live, we'll take you inside two local job fairs, one for LA's growing tech industry, another for a project closer to campus.
Plus, we'll talk to USC experts about their best resume tips and how to get what you want from your job search. LA's largest tech job fair is tonight, and the focus is diversity and inclusion. Welcome to See It Live. I'm Allegra Miller.
And I'm Drew Jones. Thousands of people are at the downtown LA Fair, including Annenberg Media's Jeff DeBrove. Jeff?
Thank you, Allegra. Thank you, Drew. I'm here at the LA Tech Fair downtown, and if you didn't know, Los Angeles graduates more students with engineering degrees than any other region in the country, which is probably why behind me you have more than 250 tech companies ranging from YouTube all the way to SpaceX out here trying to recruit Los Angeles' finest. Now, just a minute ago, Mayor Eric Garcetti spoke at a keynote presentation where he expressed his desire to expand the technology industry right here in Los Angeles and hopes that the young innovators of the city have a chance in reshaping the future of technology. This morning, our very own Tomni Varma spoke with employers about what they aim to do about diversifying their workforce.
Tech Fair LA attracted more than 10,000 people looking for jobs in tech. The tech industry is booming, but still an industry where women and people of color are not equally represented. Using the hashtag #TechIsUs, organizers Annenberg Tech, Mayor Garcetti, and employee information company Comparably say there's opportunity for everyone.
I want to see more women in roles of entrepreneurship and senior leadership. I want to see more people of color starting companies and running companies in the top leadership, and we have to collectively come together and say, let's make sure there's opportunities for everybody.
According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor, about 90% of jobs in software development and computer systems administration go to men. Amber Morse from Black Girls Code say women face more obstacles in the tech field, but encourages young girls to pursue careers in STEM. According to a study done by Hired Analyzed, women in the tech industry make less than their male counterparts for the same job, sometimes even up to 50% less money. The Women's Institute for Public Policy predicted that women won't reach pay equity until 2059, with Black women not reaching pay equity until 2124. Companies like digital marketing company Trone are trying to find ways to make hiring more inclusive.
One of the things that we're trying to do to showcase more diversity is having, anonymity, anonymous resumes that don't have any identifiers unto a certain point, of course. But that allows for managers to be critiquing a resume based on skills and not necessarily based on whatever other identifiers are there.
By the looks of it, managers at this tech fair have a diverse group of candidates. For Annenberg Media, I'm Tomni Varma.
Now, I've been walking around the tech fair about an hour and a half now, looking at the different companies, checking out the different booths. Like I said, SpaceX is here, YouTube along with BuzzFeed, a lot of big names here, but I've also been talking to job seekers, and I asked what they are looking for in different companies. The obvious answer, well, they're looking for a job. And a little further than that, they told me they're looking for a place to call home. They want to find a job where they can find a suitable environment that's fun and enjoyable, and they can find a place where they can best help the team they're working for. Everyone is running around, meeting different people, exchanging resumes, hoping that they will land their next job. Live from the LA Tech Fair for Annenberg Media, I'm Jeffrey DeBrove. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Jeff. More hiring is happening at the LA Memorial Coliseum. Annenberg Media's Trevor Sohaki is here now with more on job seekers who want to work on the big renovation project.
That's right, Allegra. Hundreds of people came to the stadium today looking for work. I checked in on USC's commitment to the South LA community. As cranes continue to dot the LA skyline, Dante Kirkland is trying to take advantage of every job opening he can find.
I want the opportunity to help build LA. I know it's going to be awesome just driving by, telling my kids and family, I did that, I built that.
Kirkland explored the LA Coliseum's hiring event today, where unions and contractors talked to potential members and employees. For the renovation of the stadium, USC is requiring 30% of all workers to be from South LA, just like it mandated for the construction of the Village.
Well, our legacy is that we hired people from the neighborhood, that we created jobs in the neighborhood and in the area. But more importantly, that we build capacity in the neighborhood so people have their union cards, they're trained, and they can move on to work on other projects.
Even people with no construction experience can apply for a job. Wages start at $18 per hour with health benefits, on-site training, and automatic union membership.
I think it's a wonderful program. Anytime you can teach the inner community a craft and give them a viable way to earn a living, I think it's exceptional.
Getting hired at events like these is fairly easy. Walk on in, sign up, and wait for a call.
While the process may be simple, hiring managers say not everyone is cut out for construction. Some attendees thought they were going to be hired on the spot.
It's hard work. Looking for a job is a job in itself.
200 people will be hired in the next week or so, and as many as 2,000 will be hired later in the year. Construction will increase to 2 shifts per day, giving people like Kirkland more opportunities to build their city.
If you did not make it out to the event today, you can still apply by sending an email to inclusion@hdcco.com. This round of hiring should be done by the end of next week. Drew, over to you.
Thanks, Trevor. Women continue to struggle for equal wages. Even when men and women have similar qualifications, studies show men are better at asking for more. The founder of Equal Pay Negotiations says only 30% of women negotiate for higher salaries, compared to 46% of men. This adds up to nearly $2 million of lost pay over the average woman's career. Lori Shreve-Blake says women can have a tougher time negotiating because they don't want to offend anyone.
Many times what employers will do is they will offer you a particular salary knowing that they can go a few thousand over that and that there may be some room for negotiation. But if you don't negotiate, then okay, it's a done deal. So women need to resolve to negotiate. We need to do it in a different manner than men in terms of being friendlier in terms of our approach. Both men and women need to research and understand what is the going rate and what are my responsibilities, what is the salary, and is that commensurate with that. I call it being politely assertive, so I think let it be known. I mean, women need to be confident in their own skin and know that they bring certain things to the table. So look at what you're doing. If let's say you're 10 years into your career and you're like, I think I need a raise or whatever, I think you really need to look at what are all the values that I bring to this particular organization? How am I affecting the bottom line? And then use those strengths to be confident and to go forward and to request money or whatever it is.
Male-dominated industries like entertainment can make it difficult for women to rise to the top. Joining me today to discuss breaking those barriers are Emmy Award winner director go. I was like, hit. All right, Amanda, can you tell me a little bit about what your experience has been like in the entertainment industry and kind of how it's changed from the time you started into now?
Well, it has changed a lot. When I started, there were very few women doing anything creative or authoritative, and now that has just changed massively. And it's because you push. You do. The foundation is the quality of your work, and when your work has quality, then you develop the confidence to ask for what you're worth, and that's where it all begins.
So you're entering into this field as well. Are there any challenges that you foresee or anything that you're a little apprehensive about?
Yeah, I think some of the challenges come with having fewer role models already in there, so you're still breaking new ground. But I'm really optimistic, actually, because nowadays people do see that there's you're adding to it, your diversity, either being a woman or minority, contributes in some way that hasn't been contributed before.
What inspires you to keep pursuing your dream career?
I think just like looking at the final products and being like, that's so good, and seeing that it matters. I personally am interested in comedy writing, and it isn't just for laughs. It says something about the society you're in. You can make subtle critiques with satire about institutions and like challenge the way people think about things. So I think it's both entertaining and can be really smart. Mm-hmm.
So do you have any advice for students like Jay who are entering this field and things that they can navigate.
I think Jay is coming into the field at a great time. So I think the advice I would have is watch good comedy. You know, check the end credits, see who's doing the writing, and then see if you can get on board on some sort of entry-level position and just learn, and then go out there in the world and take notes. What's amusing? You know, your stories have not, stories of diverse communities have not really been tapped. So that's your opportunity.
Yeah, thank you. Good advice. Good advice.
Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me. We really do appreciate your time. Now let's send it back over to Allegra, who has more on how students are feeling about getting jobs after graduation.
The Employment Development Department says that California's unemployment fell to a record low last month, and 35,000 new jobs were added. This could be a good sign for USC students about to graduate. The Trojans we talked to tell us their expectations about finding jobs.
I say for Big Four, it's always competitive. It's like everyone in Leventhal is like trying to get into like an accounting firm, like much more like Big Four. Yeah.
I don't have a U.S. passport. I'm not a U.S. citizen, so the recruiting process is kind of more like hard in a way because I need to get sponsored and everything.
It's pretty difficult, especially because most people tend to go into grad school, especially for what I'm doing, but I have applied to a few jobs and I've gotten some callbacks, so it's looking optimistic for me so far.
It depends on what field you're going into or what resources you have, and I feel like USC has a lot of really good resources for their students to use.
USC has a lot of resources to help students and alumni in their job search. I talked to Annenberg's Career Development Director, Suzanne Alcantara, about her tips for resumes, cover letters, and networking. We're here with someone who knows a thing or two about the job search, Suzanne Alcantara. Suzanne, thanks so much for being here today.
Sure, my pleasure.
So first off, can you tell us a little bit about what students should be doing throughout college to prepare for getting a job? You know, starting as a freshman and then all the way up through senior year.
Absolutely. Let's start with the resume. Make sure somebody from my team is checking it or your friends are checking it so that you do not have typos. You'd be surprised even in the resumes that we see that students apply for things that have typos in them. That immediately ends you up in the circular file. The cover letter should not regurgitate your resume. It should be an opportunity for you to share something unique about yourself. But it's really about meeting people, and so we encourage a lot of informational interviews. Our staff is happy to help make some of those introductions. I think faculty are happy to make some of those introductions. Oftentimes I tell students, if you think about your job search in 100% sort of pie graph, you'll have students make the mistake of spending 75% of the time applying online. And I really flip the math on that. You should spend 75% of the time out networking with people, going to career fairs, going to events. Our placement rate is 98% 1 year after graduation.
Wow.
So we feel very confident.
USC's Career Center and the Alumni Association offer many services. Connect SC allows students to access thousands of job listings online. CareerBeam helps them clarify their career goals. For students who want to work abroad, Going Global provides 16 million worldwide job opportunities.
Thanks for watching See It Live from everyone at Annenberg Media. I'm Drew Jones.
And I'm Allegra Miller. You can watch us on the web at uscannenbergmedia.com and stay tuned for the Current International in just a few minutes. Good night.